What is going on, my fellow game developers? My name is Muddy Wolf, and today I'm going to show you how you can set up pathfinding using Unity's NavMesh really easily inside of Unity. It's a 3D environment. We have a plane, a cube, a bean boy, and a sphere or an orb to follow. And yeah, let's start off by basically opening up the NavMesh window. So going over to Window, down to AI, and selecting navigation. Now open the navigation panel on the right here. Then what we can do is we can actually go to bake here, and we're going to ignore all these other settings and we hit bake. Now you're going to see nothing actually happened. That's because we have nothing that is static to our games. If we select the ground and we go over to object, we can make this navigation static to make it so it will know what to render. But we can go into inspector and do this another way. So we want to select the ground and select it to static. That will allow it to know. So we go in here, you can see it's selected navigation static, everything is static. That means this ground will not move and it can be calculated in our pathfinding. We also need to turn this cube to static as well. Again, we could do this in navigation object, but I like to make it so you can. We can also make this not walkable, but I'll show that in a second. So let's go back over to bake and hit bake. And now you can actually see the NavMesh it's drawn. You can see this blue area is walkable. You can also see it says the top of this cube is walkable. Now we don't necessarily want the top of this cube to be walkable. So how to fix that is go into object, navigation area, not walkable. Go back to bake and hit bake. And now you can see that this still includes the gap for the cube, but it does not include a walkable top of this cube. So that's great. Now we have a NavMesh area our AIs can walk around, but how do we actually get it to follow this sphere? Well, to do that, we need to go to our bean and we need to add a NavMesh Agent to our beanie boy here. Now we can change its type, but we're going to leave it as humanoid, which is the default setting. If we go into open agent, you can see you can mess around with its settings, how wide you want him to be, how tall you want him to be, but we're going to leave him at the default settings for now, because that works fine for our character here. So back here, this is great. This all works. You can change its speed, its angular speed, which is how fast it turns, its acceleration, and all these settings can be messed around with and played with. However, what we want to do is make him follow our orb. So to do that, let's just minimize these, add a new component, and we'll create a new script. Now I'm going to call this the enemy AI, or whatever you, this might not even be an enemy, it might be your troops, but I'm just calling it enemy AI. You name this whatever you want. And I'm just going to double click this to open it up. Okay, now that it's working, we can get this to actually work. So what we want to do is go over to the systems collection here and just delete these. We don't need them right now. Let's copy Unity Engine, and we want to say .ai to allow us to use the NavMesh agent. Now inside of here, all we want to do is just create a reference, which goes serialized field to a private NavMesh agent, and we're just going to call this the agent. Now this is what we're going to use to move our agent around. We then want to get another field, which will just do a private transform, and this is going to be our target. So what we want to follow. Now you can make this your player if you've got a player. You can make it a specific target. Let's say they have a destination to go to. You can make this your click position. For now, we're just going to set the target as the orb inside the inspector. Now what we want to do is go to update. And to make the agent follow us, we need to just set its destination to the target. So to do that, we're just going to check if the target is not equal to null, because otherwise it's going to throw some errors. So we're just going to do some error checking. Then once we've done our error checking, also I just want to zoom in one here to make it easier for you guys to read. Apologies not doing that earlier. In here, we just want to say agent.set destination, and this is going to tell it to move to this target point, and we're going to say target.position. Now this is going to make our agent come to our target, and it will also use the NavMesh to avoid any obstacles. So let's go back to Unity, let this load up here. There we go. Now we've got our bean and our orb. Now on our bean, you can see we need the agent, which is going to be the NavMesh agent here. and our target, which we're going to set to the orb. So now I'm just going to go here and play focused and not maximized. And we're going to hit play. Now watch what our bean does. Our bean walks around the element and gets to our orb. Now if we select our orb and we just move him around, you can see our bean changes directions to follow him. He twists to face him. And that is all you need to get a bean to follow a target. You can set this up to click and follow. You can do so many cool different things with this. If we put him in here, he's going to get as close as he can, but that'll be it. And that's it. That's all it takes to set up pathfinding inside of your Unity project. It's that simple. Now, if you want to make this more complex, you want to learn more about the navigation mesh, or how you can tweak all these settings to make it different, to change off auto braking. If you want to know more, a deeper dive into the Unity's NavMesh for pathfinding, then please let me know in the comments down below, and I will create an in-depth tutorial guide on how you can use the NavMesh in various ways to create different scenarios, such as group combat, if you're playing a strategy game, or if you just want something simple like an enemy pathfinding to find your player, and stuff like that. Let me know and I'll create a tutorial on that down below. But for now, guys, thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up, smash that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out.